I was one of many people that watched Three Girls. Three Girls was the BBC's hard-hitting three-part drama that exposed the Rochdale Muslim grooming gangs. It made me angry, disappointed, horrified and very upset, as I'm sure it did anyone else that watched it too. Now, if a watered-down version by the BBC of true events made us feel disturbed and upset, just imagine how the girls feel that have been raped multiple times by multiple people. Just imagine what the future holds for them and the irreversible psychological damage that they're now lumbered with forever. And let's ask ourselves, how the fuck was this ever able to happen? The system let those girls down in a monumental fashion. And the system didn't just let those girls down, they let the next generation of girls down, and the next generation, and the next generation of girls down, and now it's out of control. And it doesn't help that we're too scared to say anything about the Muslim community out of fear of being called a racist. And since when did political correctness become more important than protecting our children from being raped? Are you out your fucking minds? Muslim men are forming gangs up and down the country, plying our children with drink, drugs and fear, and then fucking them. They make their wives wear burqas to protect their modesty, yet they find it fine to fuck our kids. Now, what kind of backward, prehistoric, sexually retarded way of thinking is that? Now, here's the thing. When you encounter an issue that is so unbelievable, that it's completely outside your frame of reference and understanding, the immediate human reaction is just not to believe it at all. Well, believe it because it's happening. Statistics show that 90% of convicted grooming gangs are Muslim. 90%. The UK's Muslim population is only 5%, yet 90% of grooming gangs are Muslim. Do the maths, the stats don't lie. Houston, we have a fucking problem. These grooming gangs have been traced back as far as the late 1980s, where white, English, vulnerable schoolgirls, usually from broken homes, have been groomed and raped by Muslim men, and we're the ones that are racist. Look at the clues, for fuck's sake. Lambasting someone's religious beliefs and their code of conduct has absolutely zero to do with race. And to qualify as a racist, you've got to discriminate and prejudice against another race, thinking yours is superior. Nothing to do with religion whatsoever. Fuck religion. I don't care if you're Christian, Mormon, Jewish, Hindu. If you start forming gangs and start raping children, fuck the lot of you. But it's not Christians or Mormons who are forming gangs and raping our school children, is it? It's Muslims. And the facts and figures confirm that the Muslim community now need to make a stand. Are you the religion of peace or are you the religion of rape? And until there's evidence that non-Muslim men are targeting Muslim children, passing around the room like a fucking rugby ball and gang raping them, you haven't got grounds for argument. You can't complain, woe is me. So stop hiding behind the racist card and playing the fucking victim. And if you're such a loving, peaceful person that objects to the raping of children, but you need something to believe in, convert to another religion, preferably where your God doesn't condone having sex with children or deeming women as second-class citizens. It's time to wake up, folks, and fucking grow a pair. Fuck what your neighbour thinks. Fuck what your work colleague thinks. Fuck what your friends down the gym think. And fuck what society wants you to think. You're not a racist because you disagree with somebody else's religious beliefs. And you're certainly not a racist to fucking lambast somebody that hides behind their religion to excuse some of the most heinous crimes this country's ever seen. If your public persona is more important to you than coming together and doing your bit to prevent our children from getting raped, then shame on you. You may as well be pulling their knickers off and pinning them down. Rochdale, Oxford, Littlehampton, Derby, Telford, Blackpool, Bristol, Birmingham, Rotherham, Stockport. They're just a few places up and down the country where Muslim grooming gangs have been convicted. 4 of the convicted rapists from Rochdale are still fighting deportation. Who pays for that? Us. And every little girl that's been raped has to pay for that too. For as long as there's no justice, there's no closure. Logic will tell you there has to be over 100,000 children that have been victimised by Muslim grooming gangs. Do we want our children to be victims of rape and unspeakable violence? No, we don't. So stand up, speak up, stop assisting the system. Stop these fucking animals who are masquerading as religious men and hiding behind political correctness. My love and thoughts are with every single child that's had their innocence snatched away from them. And now this story's gone mainstream, I hope it gives people the confidence to stand up and say, if you can't fit in, fuck off. Whitney Houston once said that the children are our future. Let's make it a bright one for them. And let's not be naive enough to think it ain't happening. If you see children hanging around with adults, make a phone call. Because adults and children haven't got anything in common. And the chances are they could be being groomed.